So how are you doing, guys? Yeah, Marcel is also watching. Hi, hi. Yeah, I hope you're well, guys. Let's see if people would join. Strange noises behind me. Very scary. What was that? Yeah, guys, I hope you're well. I don't know what you feel, but yeah, the energies are pretty wild, pretty crazy. Yeah, I have very crazy astral projections. I feel beyond tired and exhausted. Do you see my eyes? So what's going on? Yeah, I feel like I'm a mashed potato. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it's already midnight here. So I had the impulse to go online. Let's see how long we talk today. Yeah, I hope, Johnny, you are doing well yourself. Yeah, the energies are pretty wild. The Schumann resonance is off the charts. The M-class solar flare is still hitting. Yeah, it was pretty strong because I felt M-class solar flares are always triggering us strong too. Many times when M-class solar flares are hitting, is just what I notice about myself. I'm very emotional. I'm in tears. I must cry. So maybe I'm angry. So that's what I notice when M-class solar flares are hitting. Yeah, I'm very emotional. When X-class solar flares are hitting, it's like you go through a deep quantum leap. That's totally different. I don't know if you have the same. It can, but you know, I'm not a doctor. You must know for yourself. But yeah, many people, they have very many symptoms and issues. I had something similar today. I had something like, how shall I explain that? It felt very heavy in my heart. Yeah, I feel something very heavy is happening. And I know many people, they see the same. It has to do with the portal 777. I mean, it's a strong one. I can share with you pictures of the, of the Schumann resonance. Let's see, where is green screen? Here I saved it. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so that's the chart from 777. And then on 8, it looked like an angelic wing. Yeah, you see it here. Maybe I saved the other picture, then you can see it. Yeah, and I feel here something happened too. It's like, bam. Many people said the same, that time is speeding up and it feels very strange, the feeling of time. So it's like, you see, it's midnight and I have the impulse to go online. Actually, I must go into sleep very soon, but my impulse told me so. It's exact the same. Maybe you're going through the same, that the feeling of time is changing completely. But in return, I also feel much darkness again, much darkness. It feels very strange. I have so horrible astral projections. So let's see if I saved another picture, but it seems like, no, I didn't. So I believed it's enough to see. Yeah, but maybe you know that picture. Yeah, it looks like angelic wings. So yeah, and it feels like always up and down, up and down, up and down. You will see over and over again when high vibrational codes are hitting, the darkness is following too, always. It's like, actually, how shall I explain that? They are not working together, but both sides are rising always. So don't be surprised when very strong solar flares are hitting and you do very good. So always the darkness is rising. So I have no different picture, to be honest. So I wanted to share with you the angelic wing, or maybe it's this one. No, that's not right. That's the other picture. No, I didn't save it. Yeah, anyway, but maybe you already know what's going on, right? So yeah, there is a lot happening, but I also see that the chaos in the world grows. So I did a reaction video on the woman, right? The woman on the plane. Yeah, and she says, oh, she saw someone shape-shifting, because many people, I published that also on Instagram, they were not aware of what's going on. So, why is she mad? Why is she so, you know what I'm talking about? So, and she said that she saw someone shape-shifting. So that's actually the story. And there are many different theories on this. And my point of view, the whole thing is full distraction again. It's a huge distraction. Whatever it is, but it's distraction, 100%. I saw she's an actress, my point of view. There are also reports going around that she just wears a mask. So when you scan her throat very closely, you see here something here, and it really looks like she just wears a mask. So many people are searching for her and say she's gone. Yeah, when she just wore a mask, then you will not know who the true person was. Then you can search for her forever. You know, and that's what I saw immediately. That's big destruction. And then, you know, I tried to connect the dots when I observed the rabbit hole, because I felt that so much darkness again. So what's going on? Very dark. And Marcel tells me since 3 days ago, I have, how shall I explain that? When we sleep, my whole body is shaking, he says. It's like my whole body is shaking, and I have very, very crazy astral projections. And many times he's, you know, he's next to me, and he uses his arm and he tries to protect me, but I'm not aware of this because I have so wild dreams. I shared a few dreams with you already here on TikTok, and I published them on YouTube too. The dreams I had, for example, about Bill. It has begun with this crazy dream. I had a dream about Bill, and they talked about the climate change, right? It was a secret conference they had, very strange. And do you know what's happening here in Germany? I'm not kidding. There is an area. The area is called Schleswig-Holstein. So that's an area of Germany, and they really want a climate lockdown, so to speak. They call it in German Hitzeschutzmaßnahmen. In German, Hitzeschutzmaßnahmen in Schleswig-Holstein for all the Germans. Yeah, and they want that. One political party, they are called SPD. That's a political party. So, and they are really talking about it here. They want to have a climate change here. And for 3 days ago, I had a dream about Bill. They had a secret conference, and it was like they were just laughing. They were just laughing together. And Marcel and me, we were together in this dream. And it was an astral projection I had. And then we watched this secret conference. And they also talked about the plan for humanity. And they talked about a red giant, a red-colored sun. And I saw a red-colored sun they created artificial. Coincidence. And this sun they produced with AI, it was an AI sun, so to speak, was so horrible. I cannot explain the energy from the sun. It was red, fully red, like the sun you see on the sky. Maybe you know all these videos which are going viral about a red colored sun. Yeah, and I saw a red giant, but it was an AI sun. It was not organic. It was an AI created sun. Yeah, and then Marcel and me, we had something like a quantum leap. That's a dream I had for 4 or 3 days ago. And since then, every night I have so horrible astral projections. So, and then we had a time shift or something. And then we saw a futuristic city, Marcel and me. And we saw the red giant on the sky. And the whole place was just a desert. And Bill and his colleagues, they spoke about the climate change. And now I see the similarity here in Germany, Schleswig-Holstein, SPD. They really talk about Hitzeschutzmaßnahmen. This means a climate lockdown, you know, soft version. But they try it. They just want to see how we react. That's what I try to say. Both sides are rising. So, and what I can tell you is, in the spiritual community, you must balance the light and the dark side out. So what happens with many of us, we can hardly deal with this craziness. And I fully understand you. You must balance it out as best as you can. So this means don't ignore the darkness. Yeah, no spiritual bypassing. This is what many spiritual people choose, right? They stay in their love and light bubble, for example. And they simply ignore what's going on with the people around them. And what's going on, especially with the children. That's why movie Sound of Freedom. Okay, watch this one. So you see, it's a huge thing. So spiritual bypassing, no, this is not working anymore. What I feel, this is definitely not working anymore, because sooner or later, the craziness in the system has an effect onto us as well. So even when many of us, right, we use social media, we are self-employed, or we have our online business. But let's say that people have no money because the government destroyed them. So What are you going to do even when you are self-employed and you stay in your love and light bubble? The people can hardly afford for your service. Do you understand? So it's like, yeah, we are all in this together, and the tactic, pretending everything is alright. This is what most people on this planet at the moment still do. Here in Germany, yes. So I also watched some videos about the craziness in Germany, and it's really a fucking problem. So we have almost no space, no apartments. They are all gone. Too many people are here. It's almost impossible to find a home, to find a flat. It's really a fucking problem. So many people are very aggressive here. But they still don't see what's going on with child trafficking. So they suppress that movie so strong. Almost no one knows this movie does exist. Really. Because Europe is still a very dark place. And they feel very safe here. You know what I'm talking about. They're hiding here very numerously. That's why, please, when you feel it in your heart, I mean, Germany is beautiful. The Netherlands, yeah, Lucas, our neighbors, it's beautiful. But the problem is the energy there. The people, I feel it's heavy, yeah. But you will see this heaviness everywhere, even in the USA. But what I notice is that more US people are open-minded for all this. I mean, as I heard that so many people watch the movie Sound of Freedom anyway, even when you cannot see it on the US TV yourself, right? They don't publish that movie on the US TV, I think, isn't it? So it's like you just saw it on social media, or maybe through Mel Gibson, for example. But here in Germany, no one talks about this. Almost no alternative channel as well. Here, child trafficking, it doesn't exist here for us, yeah? It doesn't exist. So there is a person, he is German, right? So he's highly aggressive, but he speaks up anyway. His name is Carsten Stahl. So for all the Germans, maybe you know him, Carsten Stahl. So he is trying to help children which got bullied at school, yeah? And he also talks a little bit about the child trafficking, a little bit, and about the government. But he's not exposing people, or you know what I'm talking about. But he's the only guy which is a little bit more well-known in Germany. And you see him on TikTok too many times, or on Instagram. And he tries to help children which got bullied at school, for example. So he's the only man in German, Carsten Stahl. So, and actually it's a very huge thing, and so many people, they still ignore him, even when he is very grounded. He's very powerful, grounded and strong, but so many people, they still ignore him too. And he just tries to help the children at school, basically. That's his basic job. So it's pretty sad. So, and that's what I try to say. Try to balance the light and the dark out, because sooner or later, even with spiritual people, we will feel the craziness ourselves. And what can we tell the people when the people can hardly afford for our services? So, and you slowly lose money yourself. So what are we telling the people? Yeah, you must work more on yourself because you have so much karma. Do you understand what I'm talking about? This means the false light trap is collapsing too strong. You will see. The more the people see through all illusions, the more we understand the high-tech matrix. And it's the greatest salvation, but be prepared. The rabbit hole goes so deep. It goes so deep, and they wanted to be sure to control all communities. So they hijacked all communities. So, and we are really all in this together, guys. So I'm in this. I try to discern the best as I can with my heart. You do it. So we all try our best. And at the end, we are really all in this together. So that's what I try to say. We must be honest now with ourselves. And not telling people over and over these rude things. Yeah, this just happened because you are in a low vibration. So maybe you notice the same, that especially people with a very light vibration have so much problems here. Maybe you notice the same. See what happens with Mel Gibson. I mean, almost no VIP talks about this movie. Sound of Freedom. It's like no one knows this movie does exist, right? So, and suppress the information. So, and see how many people already attack Mel Gibson. Yeah, he's part of the club as well. You know, all this, like, guys, I know that he's doing this many times himself, you know, the sign here, but do we know these people? Nothing is as it seems. Maybe he had to, or maybe he was always an agent. Then you must play with their games, guys. So do you understand? So this means people which try to help us, which are lighter, do you really think when you are a member of them that they allow you to do what you want? Do you understand? You can't do anything. So when you don't do what they want, so to speak. So yeah, and maybe they did the signs and you don't know what's going on. And maybe they did this just to confuse them because they believed, oh, they are with us. Do you understand? And maybe they worked as agents. So who knows? So that's what I try to say. We really cannot say anymore what's fake and what's real. That's why I suggest feel and think more in terms of frequency and vibration. So I'm happy for people like Mel Gibson that he speaks about it. I mean, almost no VIP speaks about this movie, and it's actually so important. I mean, it's based on a true story. It's even no fake, it's a true story. So, and this is not just happening in the USA, it happens all over the world. And you know, Germany is very dark when I talk about, you know what I'm saying, yeah? When it's about the children. So I cannot say more. So, and they are still hiding here. And to be honest, I understand why they feel so safe here, because most Germans really, they even don't know a lot about the USA and what's going on over there in the government. So they suppress almost everything here. Almost no information comes through here. So when I watch English content, it's like, so I'm more, how shall I explain that? I know more as when I just watch German content, really. Even when I watch alternative content in German, alternative videos, right? So I'm not seeing everything. So, but when I switch to English content, it's like I see so much more because you are really more open-minded for this in general. So I cannot talk for every US citizen, but in common, in general, you are more open-minded, really, as Europe. So when it's about studying the rabbit hole, okay? So my message is we must feel and think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. And I already talked about it yesterday, that we stir seeds many times, we expect too much, I think. Right? So we want to see happiness, peace, love, right, in the world, unconditional love. Tomorrow, world peace, everyone likes each other, right? Everyone is at peace with each other. I know we are so tired and exhausted, and it's very, very exhausting for us. And I fully understand you. I'm going through this myself. But as mentioned, it's not realistic. So most people really see in general their consciousness. So let's say we stir seeds becoming presidents now. And you have a peaceful speech. For you, it's normal to talk about your ET encounters. For you, it's normal to talk about your spirit guide. So, and you have a motivational speech. And most people, they believe in nothing. They even don't know that something like a divine exists. They believe in nothing. They just believe in science. So now you talk about your ET encounters, you had astral projection last night, we are a big family, our cosmic team talks to us. So, and you have a motivational speech, and for you it's so normal. So, and do you think that people will understand us? Be honest. Will they understand us? Tomorrow we all have a speech. Everywhere, in every country. Millions of people. And you talk about your ET encounters, Christ consciousness, the 12-strand DNA activation. Do you think that people will take us seriously? No. We have so much chaos as we have it now. And that's why it's this. We go the stairway slowly back home to the divine creator. Yes, and maybe for us it's so slow. Like, oh my gosh, it's so obvious now. The movie Sound of Freedom. I mean, what must happen for us, right? But for most people, it's a quantum leap. And have compassion. So that's why even when you watch the government, and I know I know that there are many discussions on him as well. And yes, I also studied the other side of him. Yes, I know he was in a meetup with Jeffrey App as well. I know, guys. So when I watch The Rabbit Hole, I try to know everything. So, and I'm not afraid of seeing the dark side in people. Yes, I know he has a problem with women. I know. Okay, T. So this means he's not pure, but you don't know what's going on. Why did he had a meeting with Jeffrey App? Who knows why? Do you understand? Why is he making these confusing statements about his daughter, right? So when you dive deeper into it, how he speaks about his daughter, maybe he's doing this to confuse the cabal. Because when you are with them, do you really think you can do whatever you want? So without punishment? So maybe he's doing that to confuse the cabal, and he always worked as an agent. And he plays the show so good that even they cannot say who he is. So, and even you cannot say who he is, right? So at one hand, you see his energy, like he shines brighter to other players. So when you dive into the cabal, so there are really people, they believe, yeah, he's our savior. So I know that reports about him, these confusing reports. So and even you cannot say who he is for real. And I believe even they cannot say who he is for real. So this means when no one knows who he is for real, it's actually better for the people. Do you know why? Because when you have the talent to confuse the cabal too, and you don't know who this man is, you can be sure that he's doing something which is better for the people. Because actually it's so obvious and it's so easy to see. So when you are clairvoyant or clairsentient, you as a starseed, you are clairvoyant, clairsentient or clairaudient. So when even you cannot say who he is, and he's confusing you, right? And you are a starseed and you can see auras. Do you understand? So we don't know. I just know nothing is as it seems. And I know these reports. I know reports about maybe T is the reincarnation of Caesar. So I know all these reports. So I was studying these people also very closely. So that's what I try to say. I try to discern with my heart the best as I can, and maybe I was mistaken many times myself. So, but what I do is I try to see the frequency. And I mean, I know T, right? When you dive into this energy. So, I mean, he spoke about official, about child trafficking. Who is doing this? Here in Germany, no one. No one talks about child trafficking here. No one in Germany. Carsten Stahl, yes, he's doing it over and over and over again, but he's not in the government. So when I see what's going on, it's called Bundestag, yeah? In the USA, it's called White House. In Germany, it's called Bundestag, yeah? And all political people having a meetup, no. So, and I mean, T speaks about this. Official. So do you understand? So even, let's say, worst case scenario, again, it's controlled opposition and they are playing very sick games with us, let's say. It's better for the people anyway, because they must go with us. Do you understand? I try to see the frequency, and I'm not pro-T and I'm not contra-T. So I'm not with or against the person. So I try to see the consciousness the best as I can, yeah? And you must always see the consciousness of humanity, really. And keep it in your mind. When we appear suddenly now on TV and we talk about our ET encounters now, most people will not believe us. They will laugh at us. Do you really think they will understand us? So this means we need people which vibrate lighter, right? A little bit lighter. Who knows? Okay, I cannot say for sure. So, but it's definitely better for the people. That's what I try to say. That's it. Yeah, and I know this reports that people believe, or it does exist people that believe that he is the reincarnation of Caesar, right? He is Jewish as well. So, but you must dive deeper into it. There are many different archetypes, many different religions inside the Jewish community as well. Do you understand? It's like when we just do this, we heard the word Jewish, you know, then we say, oh shit, T is very, very evil. But there are many different movements inside the Jewish community too, what I know. So that's all I can say. That's what I figured out about him when I study his dark side, okay? Even about Jeffrey App and so on. That he, you know, connections too. So, but who knows? Nothing is as it seems. And I mean, you really must see the consciousness of humanity. You must see this. So I feel something must happen. Something lighter must happen, but don't expect Christ consciousness tomorrow for all people. When I see in return what's going on here in Germany, right, with the people here. So really, that's why I call it over and over period of transition. So, and in other words, even when you don't understand as a light worker, as a starseed, we don't need a government. That's your opinion, right? Actually, we don't need a government. So when you are in Christ consciousness, we don't need a government. Because we feel it in our hearts, what's good and what's not good. We can organize everything ourselves. We know when we give, something comes back in return. We are even not afraid to give, right? That's a big, big problem of humanity too. They are so afraid to give. Because they learned when they give, they have nothing. So they must pay so many taxes. The prices are exploding. This means when they give, they have nothing. And that's a very big, big, big problem as well of mankind. They are so afraid to give. Because, you know, there were so many people, they took and took and took and took away everything from them. So that's also a big trauma. So when you embody Christ, you know, when you give from love, always love comes back to you anyway. So, and that's what I try to tell you again. Many times we starseeds, we expect too much here, I believe. We expect too much from humanity. And when you dive into the consciousness of your country, so then you must discern with your heart which person means it a little bit better with the people. Because at the moment, most people, they don't understand how powerful they are. They don't see how strong they are. That we are the creator. That we have the power. So when you consume different products from a market, sooner or later the market will follow you. So when you don't consume the same products and you suddenly buy different products, sooner or later the market will change. Do you understand? It's us. But most people, they don't see how strong they are. That it's us. So they must follow us, so to speak. So because they need us, even when they hate us. So it's a mix of they hate us, but they need us. Very strange. Do you understand? That's just what I see, okay? So, and please, when you observe the rabbit hole, and when we do this to people again, he is evil, paid opposition, good, bad, my suggestion, get out of this. Feel and think more in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. And feel which person vibrates a little bit lighter. And is it the better option for humanity? Because most people, they give the power away to the government. Here in Germany, yes, they don't understand. Okay, they see, fuck, we have a problem. And now they try to vote for a completely different political party. Yeah, they are going famous slowly. But the people don't understand it doesn't matter for which party you vote. Right? So it's like they still give the power away to a few people they still don't see. That's what I try to say. So when people vote for a lighter government, so to speak. I mean, what do we expect? It's better for the people because they are really somewhere else. And I don't mean it with judgment, right? I mean, see the stairway. We go the stairway slowly higher. And when there is a person like T and he speaks official about child trafficking, who is doing this here in Germany? To be honest, maybe you can correct me. I don't know anyone from the Bundestag which speaks about this official. Maybe you knew someone. I don't know someone, to be honest. So that's what I try to say. So is this not enough? So even if it's so, let's say, and it's controlled opposition and there are cabal players, you know, they see him as their messiah. Yeah, I saw these videos about this. There are a few people, they believe T is the messiah, the coming messiah. You know, okay, so then they think this way. But I truly believe there is something else behind all this and we all don't understand. And do you know also, I have very crazy astral projections since 4 days. It has begun with a very horrible nightmare about Bill and the climate change he was talking about, okay, for 4 days ago. And since then, every night I have so horrible astral projections. Marcel tells me that my whole body is shaking the whole night. So, and I don't know that because I simply have these astral projections. And to be honest, almost never I see T in my astral projections. Almost never. One time I saw him for 6 months ago. I saw him one time, but I cannot say for sure because of what. So I just told him, you must do something. And I cannot say for sure what it was. And if these dreams are even real, I really don't know. That's what I dream I had about him. And then I had a dream about him, about Russia, I remember. And I had this dream for 1 year ago. Circa 1-2 years ago, I had an astral projection about T and Russia. So, that's the dreams I had about him. But to be honest, I almost never see him, even in astral projections. Almost never. 2 times I saw him. So, but many times I see Bill. Yesterday night I had a dream about Klaus in Switzerland and a few other players. So I have very crazy astral projections. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also had a dream about Rothschild, yeah, in Frankfurt, Germany. So I have over and over so crazy astral projections. So I don't know if they are true and I don't know why I have these crazy astral projections. So, but yeah, that's all I can tell you. Because I have so crazy astral projections almost every night. Many times I saw Elon in my dreams as well. You know Elon, okay? The same guy, so to speak. I see them over and over and over again, but I saw just 2 times T in my astral projection. 2 times or 3 times maybe, yeah. One time I saw him in a mothership. Yeah, I remember. For circa 1 year ago, yes, I forgot to mention, I saw him staying in a mothership above Earth. T. I'm not kidding. That's what I can say about him, but I don't know more. And even if I know more, I know it's not good to talk about it official. So over and over and over again, when I ask what's really going on from behind, my team is doing this. They say nothing. So this means when I don't see him for real in my dreams, when my team is not giving information about this, when even I cannot tell you who he is, you can be sure it's better for the people, because even the cabal don't know. So then you know, it's better for us. I cannot say more. So you must, when you watch the rabbit hole, you must dive so deep into this. Because there is nothing like, yeah, I have my own opinion, and I have not the same opinion as you, when you are one of them, you know? So there is just, are you my friend or are you my enemy? And you are already their enemy when you don't agree 100%. You are already their enemy. There is just black or white. There is not more. So it's like, even when you just have a different opinion and you're not agreeing with them 100%, you are their enemy. So do you understand? Who knows? Maybe these are agents. And they just play a show with us. Do you understand? So I cannot say for sure. Let's see. So I know I already talked about it yesterday. It's just my point of view. My suggestion is when you spend time in studying the rabbit hole, dive very deep into this and don't be afraid to see many different sides. You know, I also watched this videos about T is a reincarnation of Caesar, maybe. Okay, I know. So, but what I do is I try the best as I can to discern my heart. I also saw videos on Melania Trump, right? Her private pictures. I also saw this. But when you dive very deep into this, guys, as mentioned, you have no other chance. When they decide for you, you must marry this woman. You have to marry this woman. Otherwise, they punish you. Really, guys, when you are one time a member of them, you must do what they want 100%. And when you don't do what they want one time, they punish you. And it can be very horrible. There is just, are you with me? This means 100%, or you are my enemy. So when they decide for you, you must marry this woman or this man, you have to. Otherwise, I tell you, this is the cabal. So that's what I try to say. Don't, how shall I explain that? Don't ignore the darkness, the star seeds, because many of us, we are really here for this. So, and I just speak very intuitive, you know, I cannot prove it. I just speak from my heart, okay? So that's why pick up what resonates with your heart and leave the rest. And I talk about the experience I had in the year 2021. So when you know my YouTube channel. And I had many questions as we stayed there. We had no idea if we will ever get out of there. So watch Naughty Beaver again. He explained it to you in all detail. And that's why, because I had this experience myself, I know that T, whatever he does, it's lighter for the people. If it's controlled opposition, or if it's a plan by the dark ones anyway, everything what happens, who knows? But they know that we are in the end times and that the divine is supporting us. And that people slowly see through their games. Do you understand? Even trafficking, this is just the beginning. So there's so much more. So you know it. But it's important for the people. So this means they cannot suppress the information forever because the divine is helping us now. So when you see it from this perspective, that the divine is helping us now, and that everything what happens now is divinely guided and protected, then you can see it from a completely different level. So even when, let's say, these are all controlled opposition and they really just play very sick games with mankind, worst case scenario, even T, he is just playing a sick game with us too. So, but he's doing something which is lighter for the people. Do you understand? Because the energy is increasing. This means even the dark ones, they must change with us. And they share with us more information. And do you know what I saw in this experience I had in the fourth dimension? It's just maybe you can keep this image. So in everything we face soon, you will see many illusions are waiting. Okay? So let's say it's a stairway. And we go the stairway slowly back home to the Divine Creator. Every time when you go the stairway, one step a little higher, yeah? Let's say it's a quantum leap. Every time when you go the steps a little bit higher, it's a quantum leap. Boom. And every time when you have a quantum leap, the dark ones are standing in front of your way. That's what I saw in the year 2021. So every time when you go the stairway a little bit higher, zack, okay? Now you are more in contact with the divine. The dark ones, they're doing this and they're standing in your way. and then you see the next illusion, so to speak. And then you waste your time, or you must go through this process, for example, and you must go through this, you must see through the illusion, and when you see through the illusion, bam, you go the next step higher, back to the divine. And you will see along this path, there are so many illusions waiting for us. And in general, humanity is already going the stairway higher, even when it doesn't look this way. That's why they changed their strategy. The dark ones too. They share with us more information, for example, because they want to be sure that you believe they mean it good with us, or they help us, so to speak, right? Because they want that people fall for their illusions. And when they suddenly appear and come with new information, then many people need time to see through their illusion again, finally to go the next step higher. Do you understand? In fact, and this is what I see, it's really just a video game. It's a divine game, so to speak. It's like the light and the dark. How shall I explain that? They are in connection with each other, because every time when you see through the next illusion, you have a quantum leap. And then you see the next illusion, boom, you have the next quantum leap. Do you understand? So even worst case scenario, let's say NT and all these guys are all controlled opposition. He's the reincarnation of Caesar. Let's say he didn't change, worst case scenario. And they worship him as the coming Messiah, the Kabbalah, you know, worst case scenario. And he is false light, who knows? It doesn't change the fact that humanity is expanding their consciousness, and they speak more and more and more about what's going on. So this means they go with us. But what I feel is, I talk just from my experience I had in the 4th dimension in the year 2021. And this is just what I saw. Even when it's so confusing with them, I can agree. It is very, very confusing with these guys. Because they play both sides. What I saw, they play both sides. And you must, to confuse the Cabal, you must play both sides. And you try to confuse the AI as well. And when you dive deep into all this, you know the last illusion is the AI. Maybe you already saw that videos about the weekend. Do you saw these videos on TikTok, which are going viral as well, about the weekend and the very strange ceremony they had, the concert? They have a dance, right? And on the stage, there is a massive android standing on the stage. Did you see this? They have a very crazy dance. It looks like a ritual, and behind them, a massive android. So because they worship the AI, the transhumanism agenda. So in other words, the last illusion, again, they shared with us, boom, into our face. Do you see? They change too. They change the information now. Completely different. Now they all worship the AI. Or you see on the stage animations of an android, right? Or how people merge with the AI suddenly, because actually this is the last illusion. And when you watch it yourself, maybe study it, you can type it into TikTok, maybe you didn't see that video, that the weekend had a concert, and in the middle on the stage, a very tall, giant android is standing there, and they are dancing around the android. Because the message is they worship the AI as their god. Or in other words, the transhumanism agenda, that people merge biologically with the AI. So, and you will see there are so many illusions coming. So on every stage, so to speak, there is an illusion waiting for us. And with a wide open heart here, with the eyes of Christ, you will see through all their illusions. And if you will, this is the divine game. So I don't know if this resonates. So this means they must go with us, because people in common, even when it doesn't look like so, they slowly expand their consciousness. And that's why you can watch movies like Sound of Freedom now in the US theaters, because it's us. So in other words, it's the mirror of our consciousness you can see now. Do you understand? I hope so much it helps you guys. Even Jesus is a hologram, guys. The man which is hanging on a cross, he's a blue beam hologram. He never existed. So when you study Ashayana Dean's material, Horus is Jesus Christ. Horus. And even Horus never existed. These are all AI entities. So, I mean, it's horrible. So you cannot imagine how I cried as we entered the fourth dimension. Then I saw, oh, fuck, oh my gosh, they all merged with the AI. This cannot be right. So these are all AI entities. How horrible. So I cried like crazy. I cried. So when you watch Ashayana Dean's material, I can agree with so much she says about the AI phantom, because we saw exact the same. And I know it's so crazy. In other words, Horus is an energy. And Horus is Jesus Christ, which is hanging on a cross. But there is a true one. It's Yeshua ben Joseph. That's what I saw. But he never died on a cross. So we really live in a simulation, surrounded by illusions. And that's what I try to say, guys. Even we star seeds, we don't know the truth 100%. So it goes so deep, guys. You cannot imagine how deep it goes. So and we believe, because we are star seeds, we believe to know everything. We know the truth. Do you know the movie They Live? Do you know that movie? They Live. Watch it again. Then slowly you see behind the matrix. And it can be very scary. So it's like you put your glasses on and then you see the matrix, how it is for real. And you can imagine they tried to do the same with us star seeds too. Really, exact the same. Because if you will, these are extraterrestrials which created the simulation. Us in the future, so to speak, yeah. So you cannot imagine, they created so many illusions, infiltrations, hijacking programs, extra for us indigos as well, just to confuse us. And that's the spiritual confusion you see now everywhere. So is it a hologram? Is it blue beam? Is it AI? Is it real? Is it fake? What is this, guys? Yeah, that's why even this, try to find peace even with the AI, even when it sounds strange. But you will see this war everywhere slowly. People which are at war with the AI and people which defend the AI, so to speak. Then you have people, they defend astrology. Then you have people, they are at war with astrology because they say astrology is fake as well, right? So you have always these two sides which are at war with each other. And what I saw is, and I know I'm in this myself, so I cannot tell you 100% what's going on, even when we stayed in this crazy reality. But what I learned from this experience is this: your heart is the way out of here. And don't choose a side. So I'm not pro a person, not contra a person. That's what I learned from this experience. And what I try to see is the frequency. And again, what I see is that T vibrates lighter to the rest of the government. That's true. So when you see the consciousness of mankind, what is better? Do you understand? So we must see the frequency of humanity in general. And even we star seeds, we cannot see through this 100%. Even we don't. This game is so tricky. So yeah, Cassiel says lighter. Yes, and this is what you must stay focused on. What is lighter? Okay? Try to see the frequency. And what is lighter? What's lighter? Which frequency is lighter? So, and you will see sooner or later, it has an impact onto us all. So let's say people lose their money. You're self-employed. Spiritual bypassing is not working anymore. So what are you going to tell the people when your business is not working, for example? When the people have no money anymore? When they all lose their money? And the government has all the money, for example. The people which were always rich, They suddenly have all the money. Do you understand? What are you going to tell the people? Law of attraction? Oh, you have some karma? The answer is simple. Become one of them. Work for the cabal. Then you have no problems. And this is what they want from us too, from us starseeds. And you see the spirit of war. And we behave in many ways similar now to them, right? That we do exact the same what they do. We are the chosen ones, right? Because we are starseeds, right? This means we are the chosen ones. We know everything, right? The people are all sheeple because we are the chosen ones. This is the consciousness of the cabal, because they see themselves as the chosen ones as well. And all what they do is they see the people as slaves, as stupid little beings. And that's what I saw in the fourth dimension as well. They see them as an experiment. They even don't see them as living beings, as humans. They see them as an experiment. To do experiments. Oh, let's see if they take it. The poke. Let's see. We see it as an experiment. See if they can deal with this. Oh, the red giant. Oh, Earth is turning to a desert. Let's see how they deal with this. They are an experiment. Do you understand? And this is the consciousness of the destructive ones. And without realizing this many times, even we stray seeds, we believe to know everything because we are star seeds. And what I see is that many people in the spiritual community, even when our intent many times is different, we do suddenly almost the same. We believe to know the truth and everyone is hijacked now. You are hijacked, the person over there is hijacked, she is AI, he is AI. He's infiltrated, she's infiltrated, right? I know the truth, book my readings, but she's infiltrated. I exposed her. Do you see? She's infiltrated by the AI. I know the truth, book my reading. Do you see this? It is, even when it sounds strange, but it's the same program. Do you feel the energy? It is exact the same program. The same program. I'm the chosen one. All people around me are infiltrated and hijacked, but I know the truth. Do you see this? It is really all the same. We are all infiltrated. Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I try to tell you. We are all infiltrated. We all try to find the way back home to the divine creator because that's the game here. I truly believe it's a divine game. And there are people they see more through the game. There are people they see much less through the game. So, but in return, we are all in this together. Even the cabal. Even when they believe to know the truth, but they don't see everything either. So they don't. Do you understand? It's like we are really all in this together. So when you see it from this perspective, then just speak. Even when your voice is shaken. Share your consciousness. Share your gifts. Because you are good in every single way. So when you feel you want to play a music instrument, okay, maybe you're not an expert at this, but do it anyway. Because your love and your passion comes through anyway. Your love and your passion comes through anyway. And Yeshua ben Joseph never wanted to be worshipped as a god or as a lord. And the man which is starving on a cross, he's a hologram. What I see is he's not real. That's true. What I saw, but Yeshua ben Joseph, the true one, is true. And he was petite, what I saw. Petite. And he saw through a lot, what I saw. And he was in relationship with Mary Magdalene. Her name, by the way, is Miriam. Her name was not Mary Magdalene, her name is Miriam. I don't know if it's true what I saw. I just talk from my experience, which I had in the fourth dimension. Yes, and they had children. So they are totally different as you know them from the Bible. So just with the goal to confuse us all. Because what I saw is that Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, aka Miriam, they saw through this. For real. They saw through the matrix, through the illusion. And they just tried to help us to activate your Christos heart. Your heart here. Your heart. Open your Christos heart. That's it. Because when you activate your Christos heart, You cannot be deceived. And see, we are all struggling now, isn't it? You are struggling, I'm struggling. I'm also figuring out things myself. So I cannot tell you if I'm accurate 100%. I believe no. I'm not accurate 100%. So even when we saw this crazy reality, it doesn't say anything. I don't know the truth. But I try to talk from my heart the best as I can. I trust my intuition the best as I can. Okay? Let's say I watched the distraction from the woman on the plane. Yeah, I did a reaction onto this because this video goes viral. The woman on the plane. So I also tried to figure it out myself. So the first feeling I had was, it's distraction, it's a show. So it's really the first feeling you have. And yeah, then when you feel it, you can dive deeper into it. Maybe she wore a mask. Because when you dive deeper into it, when you scan her throat, it really looks like she wears just a mask. And she was an actress. And now she is missing. No one knows where she is. Yeah, because when she wore a mask, you will not see her anymore. She's suddenly gone when it was just a mask she wore. So really, that's what many people also say. So also the hand signs she does, right? I mean, these are many, many similarities and coincidences, right? So that's what I try to say. When you observe the rabbit hole, trust the first feeling you have in your heart. And with T, I can tell you again, it is so complicated. Almost no one knows who he is. And almost no one can discern. So when even you as a star seed, when you cannot discern, and you cannot say who he is, you can be sure who he is. Do you understand? That he means it lighter for the people. That's all I can say. So I cannot say it's Christ. I cannot say it's Christ consciousness, but it's lighter for the people. That's all I can say. And I mean, is that not good enough? I mean, come on, when the people have a lighter system, so to speak, maybe it's not accurate 100% and not pure 100%, you know what I'm talking about, but what do we expect here on this very heavy place called 3D Earth? What do we expect? It's not like you know it from your homes, in which all galactic beings vibrate in Christ consciousness. Your family, they all vibrate in Christ consciousness. We have completely different societies. So and even when there is a person now which tries to install a lighter system, so to speak, which is still heavy for us, okay, it's still heavy, but for the people, it's definitely lighter and better. That's all I can say, okay? And what do we expect on a place which is called 3D Earth, which was controlled 100% by the Draconians? It was Draco Empire, 100%. It was a slave planet. So I speak it out because that's what I saw as well. It was 100% controlled by the Draconians since aeons, since the fall of Atlantis. And I mean, is that not enough? When you slowly see through them and mankind slowly sees through them and through the horrible rituals what they did with the children, is that not enough? Do you understand? And when there is a person coming now which creates a lighter system, which is not pure 100%, so do you feel this? It's a lighter system, so to speak, but it's not Christ. So don't expect too much, okay, here on 3D Earth. But it's lighter for us, then we can do our work better, right? I mean, when the lighter system comes, we can do our work better. People are more open-minded for us. You will see. When there is more disclosure happening, people are more open-minded for us as well. And then we can do more here and we feel better here too. Is that not enough? But at the moment, no. When you have a motivational speech now, as a president, so to speak, and the people all over the world see you and you talk about Christ consciousness, about your ET encounters, about unity, love and peace and justice, most people, they will laugh at you. They will not take you seriously. Do you understand why it's important that people appear which are lighter but not pure 100%? Because it's the only way for the people. That's what I see. So, and I think I will stop talking about this. Because, you know, many people are so confused. I saw all these comments on Sound of Freedom. Oh, it's controlled opposition, right? But when I see that almost no VIP talks about this movie and they It's like they all ignore that movie, right? They ignore Mel Gibson as well, right? He is on VIP. So then I see, okay, it's definitely better for the people. And when I see the connections of Tim, right, it's based on a true story that he knows T. Okay, so then I know what's going on. Just my point of view. Okay, so so I saw some donations. I don't know if these people are still here. I'm so sorry. I spoke so much now. Yeah, I also think I will go offline very soon. It's already 1 a.m. here in Germany, and I actually want to go to sleep. But I had the impulse to go online anyway. Yeah, thank you so much as well. So I don't know if my messages are resonating with you. I just talk from my experience. I just talk from my heart the best as I can. I'm not sure if I'm accurate 100%, so always pick up what resonates. The same goes to T. When I tell you, maybe I saw him 3 times in my dreams or 2 times. So, and I also many times see other guys in my dreams as well. So then I can tell you again that his energy is definitely lighter. So, and I almost never see him in 4D walking around. T. Just saying. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I don't know if this resonates with you. You know, I had this very crazy experience in the 4th dimension in 2021, and I know their AI is so confusing, and their hijack matrix, it is so confusing, really. It's really not easy to discern. Because when you trust their traps, it's like suddenly you are working for them without realizing this for real. It's like they confuse you and deceive you and you don't know it, really. It's really confusing. But do you know what helped us? Our hearts. So Marcel and me, we trusted our intuition the best as we can. We just trusted our hearts. So then we saw more and more and more through their games, even in 4D. Okay? It's really your heart. It's your Christ heart. So that's all I can say. And my heart told me I must do this. My heart told me, yeah, I must be in contact with them. I must be in contact with my team. My soul took the lead 100% in 4D. So it was like my head went crazy. It's like, what is my soul doing? I don't understand my soul. My soul, what are you doing? But my soul took the scepter 100% in the 4th dimension. So in just my intuition told me, hey, I have the impulse, I want to talk to my team. Oh, I must call my team. That's what I did. So I had no idea what I do, but my soul holded the scepter 100%. Okay, thank you so much. Let's see if Lindsay and Nina are still here. So I'm so sorry, guys. I spoke so much now. I'm so sorry. I don't know if these people are still here. Yes, then I can do your readings. Yesterday was very crazy, right? Yesterday. So I did a live video as well. And Marcel blocked so many accounts he took me after. Yeah, so many AI channels watched. And yes, yesterday night I had a very horrible astral projection. So it was like I already saw it coming. Yeah, it was very horrible last night. I don't know if you had the same. So Lindsay, you are here. Okay, let's see. You ask for a starseed reading, right? Super. Okay, let's see. First of all, I ask if you are a starseed soul or not. Yes, you are a starseed. I feel you belong to the indigos. So I don't know if you know the indigo children. So the indigo children, it's in my opinion the same. So that's why I call starseeds indigo starseeds, crystal starseeds. And I feel, yes, you are an indigo starseed. This means you belong to the first wave. So maybe you already heard about it. So in common, indigo starseeds have the mission to break the system. They also share with us what's going on. So you see many of them at the moment on social media. These are those which over and over expose the rabbit hole. Many of them belong to the indigo starseeds because their mission is to open the gate to spirituality. They help us to see beyond the veil. They help us to see beyond the illusion, so to speak. Yes, and I see you did so much shadow work along your journey. I don't know if you really went through this. I see that you were the black sheep over and over again, or maybe you always felt it. Something is strange here, something is strange here, right? Something is off, right? So that's what I see. And maybe you felt very alone, like almost no one sees me. Because I feel you were surrounded by people that didn't see you. And in common, even when it sounds strange, that's a very typical path of an indigo. Many indigos, they chose very heavy families, or they were always the black sheeps, because their mission is to break the system. They trigger people. And that's what I see. I also see that you break the ancestral trauma. It's like you are the first from your ancestral lineage. You do everything different to your ancestors now. So you also close this trauma, the trauma from your ancestors. You close it. That's what I see by many indigos too. So their job is very hard, to be honest, because these are empaths. They are hypersensitive too, but they over and over do so much shadow work. And that's what I see. I see you had many incarnations here on Earth. The good news are you are very good in grounding, and you are very good in getting access to the material level here. And I feel you just going through higher heart chakra upgrades. Yeah, I see especially your higher heart chakra, your third eye and your crown chakra. You slowly open up your higher chakras. I feel you are very grounded. Your lower chakras are strong because you also have many incarnations here on Earth. So that's why you are very, very grounded as well, right? So you know exactly what's going on here. And I feel you are just opening up your higher chakras, okay? What I'm getting about you when I dive into your origins, to be honest, I see not many different origins. So maybe you'll say, oh, how boring is that? But the good news are when you, let's say, have just 2 or 3 connections, so then you can embody these energies better here. Because when you have, let's say, 100 different origins, your time is limited here, and it's not easy to embody them all at the same time. Yes, and by the way, I see you have 3 connections. I already spoke about it, intuitive, yeah? I see that you are a Pleiadian starseed, so I feel your origin is Pleiades. What I'm getting, I feel your origin is 60. So this means the first physical incarnation you had is located in 60. And I see that your higher self is still located in 60. And you also have incarnations in 50, so to speak. I feel you had 8 incarnations just on Pleiades. 8 times I see you there. And I see your home is Pleione, by the way. Maybe you want to check out the Pleiades star system and all the stars. So Pleione is a star attached on the left side. On the left, Pleione is known as the mother of Pleiades, and I see you there. Yeah. By the way, I see you were more female to masculine. You had more feminine incarnations to masculine incarnations. And when I dive into Pleione, I see you had 3 incarnations just on Pleione. 3 times you were there, and you were always female. You also have very strong connections to Avalon, to the Celtic energies especially. I see the Celtic energy, I see elves and fairies, because you were an elf yourself. And in your first incarnation on Pleione, you were an elf, I see. An female elf. You have brown colored hair, you have curly hair. You look angelic, by the way. You have angelic hair, so to speak, curly hair, like an angel. And you have this elfish ear. This, very tsak. This ear, you have brown colored hair, and I see with brown colored eyes. Brown colored eyes and brown colored elfish hair. You look like an angel a little bit too, and I see you wearing a very beautiful dress. It's a very beautiful moxie dress in pastel purple. I don't know if you got my message. It's pastel purple. It's a very soft color you wear. And I see you with flowers in your hair. You worked a lot with flowers, by the way. That's why fairies loved you so much. Yeah, I see so many fairies surrounding you. In your first incarnation, you as an elf. And you wore very beautiful flowers in your hair. A very beautiful flower necklace. And you look so gorgeous. Yeah, very playful, kind, and lovely. And a very beautiful dress. It's a pastel purple color dress, basically. And you have a very light colored skin, light, and you have a very symmetric face. So very full lips, round eyes, as mentioned, brown, and very kind and lovely. So I suggest when you start to connect with your origins, start with Pleione and with your first incarnation. Yeah, because I feel this elfish energy is still very important for you, because I feel your work here on earth is to guide people back to nature. What I see, I feel you are a person, you have very strong connections to nature. Maybe you try to find a way to help nature, to save the animals, right? I feel nature is very important for you. And I feel you are a person, you are natural. You like the natural lifestyle more, so to speak. Like, hey, I don't like it to put on so much makeup, or I love it to spend time in my garden, for example, or you like it to take care of your plants. That's what I try to say. This is you, and try to reconnect with your higher self first, and it's you as an elf. But as mentioned, I see you had 8 incarnations on Pleiades. I also see you had one time an incarnation on Sirius B. You were a sea being. It's a mermaid, what I see. Yeah, you were a mermaid on Sirius B. And the 3rd incarnation I'm getting is Speaker. Yeah, the last incarnation before you were here on Earth is called Speaker. I don't know if you know the star. Speaker is a star in the Virtual star constellation. So here I write it down. Speaker, Virtual. So maybe I want to check it out. Speaker is very interesting. I see you were male there on Speaker, and you worked there as a scientist. That's what I see by many Speakers, by the way. Basically, I see them working as scientists because they are more logical based, so to speak. Okay, I hope so much that this reading helps you. So I suggest again, start with Pleiades first. Listen to Pleiadian music, to Pleiadian sounds, or maybe listen to Pleiadian light code activations. I mean, the Pleiadians are the most well-known galactic sisters and brothers, and almost every starseed which is walking the earth is from Pleiades, by the way. So Pleiadian starseeds are the most numerous starseeds here on earth. Why? Because their work is very important, because as mentioned, they are here to guide people back to nature. This is their most important work, and to guide people back to their hearts. Yeah, they talk about their hearts, inner child work, and going back to nature. So that's why many Pleiadians, they don't like it to live in big cities. They don't like it to put on makeup like crazy. Their bodies are hypersensitive when they eat toxic or strange food, or their bodies are reacting so strong, because Pleiadians, they need natural food. Plant-based food as well. They need much plant-based food, Pleiadians. They cannot deal with, you know, this chemical stuff from the supermarkets. They cannot. So, and their bodies are hypersensitive. So, and this is the basic work of a Pleiadian starseed. So I don't know if this resonates with you. It's just what I see. Okay, so I'm closed for today, guys. So I do the last readings now. So for all those which are watching now, I will go online as soon as possible. Again, to be honest, it's already after 1 a.m. in Germany. And actually, I want to go to sleep. My intuition told me I want to go live anyway. For 1 hour ago, I went online and I talked about the current energies. So I also can do the reading for Nina, because she also donated. Yeah, I received a donation by Nina, and someone booked through my website, Henry. I hope Henry is aware of that he booked through my website, because when you want to have a PayPal or a TikTok reading here, donate to my PayPal donation link. Please don't book through my website when you want to have a live TikTok reading with me, because you agree to everything you see on my website, okay? And the process is different. So, Nina, are you still here? Let's see if Nina is still here. Thank you so much, Joanne. Yes, it's already very late. The feeling of time is very crazy, right? So I fully understand. The Schumann resonance is going crazy. Angelic wings, right? Maybe you saw that beautiful chart. I tried to share it with you, but you cannot see it for real, right? So it looks like very beautiful wings. So there's definitely a lot happening again, yeah. So you're still here, Nina. I think you also asked for a starseed reading, right? So let's see what I'm getting for you. First of all, I ask, are you a star seed? Yes, you are. I feel you belong to the crystal star seeds. So in other words, you belong to the second wave. So welcome to the club. I belong to them myself. So I also belong to the crystal star seeds. So yeah, and they are a little bit different to the indigo children. Crystal star seeds are actually just here to spread happiness, love, and joy. Crystal star seeds have a very strong intuition. So it's like they speak straight from their hearts. This is the greatest gift they have. Sometimes crystal star seeds having problems to understand it logical. And many times they cannot explain what to do and how they do. Let's say you try to explain to the people how channeling works. You are a crystal star seed, for example, and you want to give the people step-by-step videos, how to channel. Many crystal star seeds are struggling. They can hardly explain how they work because they feel it intuitive in their hearts. And for them, it's so normal, right? Channeling, it's so easy. Everyone can do this, right? But sometimes they really have problems to explain this, to explain how it works, because they are so linked to the hearts. And basically, crystal star seeds are very emotional and creative. And sometimes they have problems to understand it logical. And indigos are very good in working in a logical way too. So they can work with science as well. And many crystal star seeds, they are struggling with this. So, oh gosh, science, maths, oh no. So crystal star seeds, it's like your head is going to explode when you try to understand maths. And indigos, basically, they can understand it very well. They are many times good at maths. But crystals, no. I don't know if this resonates. So maybe it already helps you to get an overview, Nina, of your energy. I feel you are very intuitive. Basically, crystal star seeds have a very strong heart chakra and very strong higher heart chakras. Yeah, they are very good in doing psychic work. They're very good in working as channelers, ET contactees. But crystal star seeds must ground. Grounding is key for them. And they must cleanse their body regularly, because crystal star seeds, they work as a crystal stone. So, and you must cleanse your crystals over and over and over again, because you soak in the energies from other people. And this is the work of a crystal star seed, is like they soak in everything and transform the energy. So that's what I see for you too, Nina. Cleanse your aura regularly. Then you suddenly will do better. Or taking a sea salt bath, my suggestion, you will do suddenly so much better. Because crystal star seeds can hardly discern if it's their own thoughts or if it's the thoughts from the person. So a crystal star seed suddenly feels depressed, but actually it's the depression from the neighbor the crystal star seed feels. And when they don't discern, they really believe they are depressed now. Okay, I don't know if this resonates with you. This is a typical process of being a crystal star seed. So when I dive into your origins, I see Andromeda, by the way. I feel your origin is Andromeda. It's a little bit different. But I see you have incarnations on Pleiades too. I see Sirius. And I see Mintaka. But I suggest start with Andromeda first. I feel your soul is originated in 7D. So your higher self is still located in 7D. And the first incarnation you had on Andromeda took place in 7D. I see you had 3 incarnations on Andromeda. 2 times I see you were female. Yeah, 2 times you were female, 1 time you were male. And I see you always working as an ambassador. You were always an Andromedan ambassador. And I see you just traveling. I see you in a ship or in a mothership. Oh, and in your 3rd incarnation, I see you were responsible for the Milky Way galaxy. Yeah, because many Andromedans, they have a very deep connection to us too. And the most well-known Andromedans, this is just what I see, they are very well-known and they have red-colored hair. Maybe you already saw pictures of them. They have red, orange-colored hair. They have a very light skin. Most of them, they wear green-colored clothes, green. And they are very kind and lovely as well, and they have a deep connection to the Pleiadians. So these Andromedans, they're very close to the Pleiadians. So yes, and I see in your third incarnation, you were one of them. I see you with this red, orange colored hair. Do you know Ronald Weasley from Harry Potter? So do you know the actor? So yeah, this is how the Andromedans vibrate, the most well-known ones, which are working with the Pleiadians strong. So they look a little bit like Ronald Weasley, even when it sounds strange, yeah, but this is the energy, or the Weasley family. So when you watch Harry Potter again, and when you see the whole Weasley family, yeah, this is the energy of Andromeda. So the most well-known groups which work with us together. But Andromeda, they have so many different races and groups. You cannot count them. It's like Andromeda is such a bigger galaxy to us. So even here, you don't know every group from the Milky Way galaxy. But these groups, they are very famous because they work a lot with the Pleiadians together. And they are similar in many ways to the Pleiadians. I mean, when you check out the Weasley family, maybe it's helping you to get a feeling of these Andromedans I over and over speak about. So they really look a little bit similar to the Weasleys, to the Weasley family from Harry Potter, okay? Yeah, I see in your third incarnation you belong to them, and you worked a lot with the Pleiadians together, and that's why you had the idea to incarnate on Pleiades as well. So Pleiades is what I see the second strongest connection you have. And in your first incarnation, I see you were also traveling, but you were inside the Andromedan galaxy. The same goes to your second incarnation. You were always an ambassador and a traveler, what I see from Andromeda. Then I see you on Pleiades because you like them very much, I see. I also see Sirius, and I see Mintaka. So Mintaka, I see, is the last cosmic experience you had. And I see the first incarnation on Earth was Atlantis, by the way. So you were not here on Lemuria. I see you know Atlantis very, very well. So I suggest reconnect back with Andromeda first. So maybe you really want to watch Harry Potter again and check Ron Weasley closely. So maybe you will feel their energy. Yeah, it's a frequency you have to. Yeah, or maybe listen to some Irish music. I'm not kidding. Listen to Irish or to Scottish music, because when I listen to this music, it reminds me of this Andromedan group too, which I'm over and over talking about. Yeah, the guys with the red hair, right, which have a very light skin. So these are Andromedans, but they are very close to the Pleiadians. In many ways, they are similar. And these are those, they are responsible for the Milky Way galaxy. This is just what I saw. And they wear green-colored clothes. So I don't know if you know these guys. So they are very funny. Funny, hilarious, and you must like them. Like Ronald Weasley, right? He's so cute. He's so, how should I explain that? Chaotic a little bit, right? But he's very kind and lovely when you know him. Okay, guys, so I think I'm done for today. Thank you so much. So many people were watching anyway. Wow, it's a completely different time today. No, Light Warrior, I'm sorry. I was not online on the 777 mass meditation. No, we had to cancel. Many people, they went through very strong upgrades, me, myself, and we all had a knockout, so to speak. That's why it didn't take place. But actually, yes, I was invited and I was excited to go online, but no, we were not online. So I even cannot say when the next mass meditation is taking place. But when I know more, I will let you know. Or I share with you the thumbnail or whatever. Yeah. Thank you so much for asking, guys. Take care, okay? Maybe my information resonated with you, but always keep in your mind, we are all in this together. See, we are going up. A lighter consciousness is occurring, even when it doesn't look this way at the moment. But what happens is, you know that the satanic beings' consciousness, you know, we expose them slowly. And when you dive deeper into it, you know that the Dracos, they took the scepter 100% here. They ruled over Earth 100%. So I mean, we go the stairway slowly back higher. And it's not working 100% yet with Christ. So don't expect too much, you as a starseed, from humanity. Have more compassion, because for them it's a breakthrough. Really, it is. I mean, when they see through the draconian agenda the first time since the fall of Atlantis, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to understand. So even when it's not pure, when it's not Christ, you know what I'm talking about, what's coming next. But for us, it's definitely lighter, and then we can work easily, or better, so to speak. We can help more, okay? Thank you so much, guys, and see you soon as possible again. Bye-bye. Ciao. Sleep well as well, Lucas. Ciao. Michelle, you are amazing yourself. Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Tschüss.